Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome to the live. We're going to give people a couple of minutes to come in here. Um, Want to kind of have a conversation with those that have issues or problems with me. Um, Opening the floor to have an adult conversation. No screaming, no hollering, none of that. Just adults speaking to each other. Welcome to the live, Cheryl. Welcome to the live, Christopher, and always. It's nice to see you guys. Welcome to the live, Sherry. It's always a pleasure. Um, so I guess you're probably wondering what provoked this stream. Welcome to the live, Terry. Um, and the link to come on to the panel is there. Welcome to the live, SC Johnson. Give people a couple more minutes to kind of roll in. Guys, uh, as y'all may know, yesterday Julie Virgo had a live stream, and it kind of went crazy. I guess that's the mildest way I can say it. With respect to what was said, as everything is understand. Welcome to the live, One Lone Voice. Welcome to the live, Kara. Hope I said that right. And while I was in that live, taking shots as I do, when I did my live stream, I wanted to give a different perspective. I want to give an objective perspective, which I in all right have the right to do. Nobody can tell me how I should feel. Nobody can tell me what I need to do or when I need to sleep or when I need to get up or any of that. My perspective my perspective was only of a perspective of what if. What if the possibility that those two can have had a conversation? It didn't happen. It was the same thing as saying, what if Biggie and Tupac was able to reconcile? Where would they be in the music industry right now? So if there's nothing wrong with me saying that, what's wrong with me saying what I said last night in my live stream? You listen, we all get on here, we all go back and forth, we all, bicker, fight, drama, yay. Right? But at what point does it get to the point where, okay, there is another side to it? What if this was the situation? You know? I myself have been looking at things differently. I haven't been able to walk. I haven't been able to walk. And at the end of the day, maybe y'all don't understand where I come from. Maybe y'all don't understand the things that I've seen with beef, in real beef. When it's real beef, people leave Earth. When it's real beef, you can't go outside without your weapon on you. When it's real beef, you gotta watch your back. We ain't doing that on the internet. We ain't. So my perspective as a 42-year-old man that lived in the projects most of his life, that have seen people laid out, stretched out, will never see their kids again on a church step, seeing people pluttered in the grocery store. I got some stories. And while I am a polarizing figure, I am a person that goes off the handle. I also understand the seriousness of real beef. Let me ask one of you a question. Can y'all go back to your neighborhood? And when you go back to your neighborhood, do you have to worry about what street is worn with your street? When you go back home to visit, you got to make sure things are in proper for you to even go to blocks that you may used to live on, but now they may be worn with where you from. Y'all don't understand that life. Y'all don't understand beef at the highest level. Y'all don't understand war at the highest level. I am from South Philadelphia. Hold on, this is going to be real quick. You are a punk. Don't ever come on my live again. I don't ever want you to come here and say, yeah, because you are a fake. I hear everything you do, Brandon. I see everything you do. I want to make this the last time. Stay the fuck away from me.
Okay. All right, let's talk about what happened.
I can see you face to face, homie. I can see you face to face. Don't play with me. I'm not a punk. I'm real. Okay? Understand what I'm saying to you. Understand what I'm saying to it. You two-faced mother. Don't ever come up on here again. Ever. In your life. Play with me. I will smack you out of your fucking wheelchair, nigga. Don't play with me. I'm serious. You run over there with Roadhog, stay over there. Because I can see you in real life. We're in the same state. This is where things can turn bad for you. So if I was you, I would shut your mouth. Don't say nothing about me. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to geek around with you. I want you out of here. So once I throw you off this fucking panel, don't come back. Are we fucking clear?
So that threat, you're going to track me down or some shit?
Fuck you. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I don't play games with fakes. I don't play games with fakes. I apologize. 30 seconds. What's going on, PJ?
Hey. I never get your notifications, so I feel like I'm late, but I'm here.
Yeah, that's why I usually just send them out privately myself. But sorry about that. I can't deal with a fake person that's running back and forth, talking trash. Where I'm from, that will get you hurt real bad. And I think some of these women need to understand where I come from. They need to understand how I was raised, and they need to understand the difference between my life their life, internet beef, and real beef. Brandon is somebody that I can run up on. He lives here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I live down the block from Scottsdale, Arizona. It could get really real, real quick. So while we all want to be respectful, some people is just not that. It's just not that. It will always be problems. It will always be beef. It will always be on site. That's just the way of the world or the world I come from. I don't know where a lot of these people come from. They may come from middle backgrounds. They may have mansions. I don't know. But I know where I come from and I know what it is. And I know what it's like to see somebody get their wig split in front of my face. I know what it's like to see a homie laid out on the church step. I know what it's like to see a homie take his last breath. I know what it's like. It's not a game for me, where it could be a game for some of y'all. Not saying that it is. So I created this panel to have conversations with people that have quote unquote problems with me. We can try to sit here and respectfully speak things out, come to a common ground, and go our ways. Because at the end of the day, my health took a turn for the worst. And sometimes when things like that happen, and you don't know where you're going to be the next day or know if you could get up and walk again, you look at things from different perspectives, and you start looking at things differently, and that's never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing to not want your blood pressure sky high. It's never a bad thing to not want to wake up in the morning with a headache because you're so angry and you're so vengeful and all you see is red and all you want to do is do very bad physical harm to people. Y'all don't know what it's like. Y'all don't know what it's like. Especially when you have the means to pull off something crazy or come from that type of environment. Am I saying anything against COS, PJ?
I don't believe so, but you're definitely teetering the fine line. Like you're always, you always, and I mean that in a
I mean, but
respectful way.
it's
But
real. I've seen. I worked in the grocery store. I seen I was 14 years old. I seen the guard stab and shoot customers that was still in the store. Took them out right then and there. This is real life things.
yeah, I've
I've had
seen
somebody
things.
put a gun in my head, pull the trigger in the jam.
Wow.
Y'all, people don't know what people life is like or what they've been through. Y'all watch a lot of the stuff on TV, and y'all think it's just amusing. It's not amusing when you're in it. It's not. It's not a laughing joke when you're in it. And I think understanding that and knowing that, I can then sit back and have a conversation with somebody after going back. Look how many times me and AT2 went back and forth. You know, how many times we sat up here and really went at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still
I
go on
mean,
his panel sometimes, and he still comes over here
yeah.
because there was an open communication of line to be able to have conversations. Because at the end of the day, nobody stole nobody's woman, nobody's took nobody's money, nobody took nobody's family member, nobody hurt nobody.
And that's how it should be ultimately.
I can't see a lot of the comments, PJ. Can you?
Um, I can see the comments, but I'm on my phone, so
Um, I try my best to be respectful human being. I try my best to try to get an understanding. And I did do a community tab because I got a community tab now. I don't even have 500 subscribers. That was interesting. Um,
Nice.
but nevertheless, I invited some people. I invited Muzz. I invited Cooch the Cream Dollar Store Dream. I invited Maria and Ann. I invited John Yates. I invited Jen Bailey, Sophie Queen Cindy, JJ. Yeah, I have no problem going to that. I was on the south side of Chicago in 2006 when I went to the Taste of Chicago. It's pretty crazy over there now, but hey, that's an environment that I probably feel comfortable in. Nobody wants to be in the hood, but I guarantee you, nobody's coming in that hood to do nothing to nobody and making it back out. It's just the reality of it. It's just the reality of it. What was I saying, PJ?
You were talking about the hood. I don't know. And then the comments and how you couldn't see them very well.
I probably need to turn my light on real quick, but wait till my food get here.
Wrangler's
Welcome to
gone
the live.
crazy. Hopefully, he's not
Huh?
too loud. Wrangler's in the hallway going crazy at somebody. I guess the door's making a sound. So hopefully he's not too loud.
Welcome to the live, Becky P. Welcome to the live, Cheryl. I haven't seen you in around a long time. Been trying to reach out to you to see if you were okay. I figured you just didn't want to be bothered, so I stopped. You know, all I wanted to do was just check on you, see if you was all right. You don't like the support. You don't have to support, but I did look at you as a real friend, and you know, sometimes you got to go. You got to go your direction, but if a person is just worried about you to see if you're okay, you would think that we get a yes or no back. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, I think another thing is that people sometimes we expect people to handle things how we would handle things. I think we expect people to treat us how we would treat them. And in a perfect world, that would be true. But we don't live in a perfect world, and we're not dealing with perfect people. Um, None of us are perfect.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that I am friendly with are polar opposites of me and they don't do things exactly like I do. And sometimes I catch myself and my feelings and thinking like, why did this person do that or this to me? Same as to what you just said. And then I have to remind myself like, hey, they're not me. That's not how they. And it kind of sucks because I feel like that's just how the world is now. Like most people are just not built that way. And most people will call you as long as they need you for something. But, you know, anything
Yeah,
else, it's like not.
yeah. I think the genuine respect for the human being is almost lost. It's almost a lost art to care about somebody. It's almost when people nowadays ask you, "How's your day going?" They don't mean it.
No, they
They
don't.
don't
And
mean it.
they don't actually want you to answer it. And I get that every single day in customer service. People come in, you tell them, hi, how are you? And then they ask you, good, how are you? Or they respond with, good, how are you? And then if you tell them anything other than good, it's like they really don't, they're not actually asking you.
Yeah. Welcome to the live, Colleen Bennett. Welcome to the live. Lefty Southside Chicago has become worse now. I will walk. I will walk down in that now. My friend has called me crazy. You know, I mean, Southside has got Chicago's gotten bad. Where I'm from, it's gotten worse. Remember when I went back home? I called the homies from the hood. I was like, I'm coming through, and they're like, "Yo, you shouldn't come through here. It's crazy. You know, it's a war, an active war going on. You shouldn't come through." I came through anyway.
Wow.
You know, um, came through anyway because hey, you're not gonna tell me I can't go where I'm from. Um, but just the understanding and what we have to deal with as individuals in real life. In real life, um, is different.
Yeah.
Um,
And
it's,
everybody has something.
yeah, everybody has something going on. I'm not trying to negate the problems that people have in other places. Welcome to the live, the Archie Nurse. Welcome to the live. The link is pinned to the top for whoever wants to come have a conversation with me. If you have any problems with me, I hope that we can come to a common ground and go our separate ways. I've invited people. Yes, I've put out filters and invited people. If y'all know any of the people that I've invited by checking my community tab and know them, send them a message, tell them we're here. I'll be
Also,
here for
if
you.
anybody doesn't want to come up, if I'm up, I will gladly step down.
You know. Um, but I think, like I was saying earlier, before Brandon sent me on a war path, um, what really sparked this was the fact that my health hasn't been in the greatest place lately, and thank you, SC Johnson, for all you do. I appreciate you, Sherry as well. Uh, hasn't been in the greatest. Um, and sometimes when that happens, you look at things differently, and it's like when you sit there, you really think about what's going on or what's been said or anything of that nature. It's like, is it really? Some of the stuff is bad. I would agree. Some of the stuff is heart wrenching. Um, but do those words actually affect your real life? It might affect your mental. It might affect how you feel at that moment. But is it hurting you? Is it putting you in a space that can affect you long term? Um, and I had to think to myself, when I had my gout attack that put me out for pretty much the whole month of October. It was after I found out that Slobnog and his goofy ass wife was flagging my new channel. And that got me so angry that one thing after another, being, not eating well, not drinking enough water, activating the gout, which is also activated by the high blood pressure, which is also activated by the diabetes, which is also activated by a whole bunch of other things, compound. And it was that one very thing that sent my pressure through the roof that stabilized all these different things to be happening to me to the point now it is affecting my real life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part that people aren't getting when I made my video last night. In no way, shape, or form am I taking up for JJ. This is a woman that wants to get me arrested for having a birthday party for her, but can't sit down and have a one on one and come to a common ground and she go our way, I go my way. Some people can handle jokes, some people can't. I get it. But when you go as far as to try to go real life like that, and you're hiring lawyers and things of that nature because you quote unquote got money, it makes a funny situation real serious. Because I'm a black man, a minority like yourself, that you're trying to put in jail, just like Rogue Schlob tried to do, put me in jail. What is up with putting a black man in jail? Why is there such a fascination with wanting to put black people in jail? Why? Because somebody said that you look good and that they should go to jail? Well, I mean, well, your husband should be right there with me if that's the case. Selfie Queen Cindy. Oh, you deserve for your sponsor to be called and your sponsorship to be taken away. What did I say that warrant the person that called the sponsor, whoever they were, all of them, to take money away from myself, my child? Because if I did that in real life to one of these women, I would be the worst person in the world. But it's okay for these women to do it to a black man. And I'm not trying to sit here and bring back the past, but it's just the pot calling the kettle back and the hypocrisy that's just so overwhelmingly frustrating that it brings the anger inside of you that makes you really want to go off. Um, am I making any sense, PJ?
You are. I do think that some of that past stuff is, I mean, it's relevant because of what the back and forth has been this entire time, but yet at the same time, I feel like some of that stuff has somewhat been resolved, or at least should have been resolved.
I would think it would be resolved, but it comes up so much. So much of the past stuff comes up. The stuff with the cats, like it should have been done, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody said that, you know, said I was gonna punch Mrs. Roadhog in the face. Um, I'm not a violent person, um, but I think every last one of us have a switch that if it's turned on, we can be heinous, we can be vile, we can be destructive, and it doesn't mean that we're bad people. It doesn't mean that we don't have a heart. It doesn't mean that we don't have compassion. But when
I
you
mean,
push it,
everybody has a boundary. Everybody has a limit. And so now that, you got told here it is, this guy again is now trying to strike your new channel. I mean, were y'all even going at each other? I haven't really been paying much attention. I've been kind of off in another community, but
it's been I haven't really said anything
right.
about him.
So like,
I'm out of my business. And if you go onto his channel, there are a plethora of videos about me being sick, me being in the hospital. You know what I mean? At what point?
wow, yeah.
At what
Is
point do
enough
you
going to be
just?
enough?
Yeah. Why can't I fight back? Why am I wrong for fighting back?
I mean, why can't he just leave you alone?
Yeah, like I'm not saying nothing about you. I don't want nothing to do with you or your stink ass wife. Stay away from me. Yeah, you coming back. Stay away from me. You scum. And the person that quote unquote was my mod that did an expose, where you at? Because we know it's probably Cooch. What do you have in your expose? What did you pull up that ain't already out there? My name's Kareem Williams. My rap name was Lefty. I was on Dr. Phil. I know Jody Arias. What you gonna say?
That sounded like the freaking riff by Eminem in 8 Mile, where he was like, I've been in, he basically, thought I remembered it, but I don't. He literally says all the bad stuff that they could use against him, and then he's like, "Now what you got?" I'm such a white girl. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Welcome to the live, Kim.
Hey,
Welcome to the
Kim.
live. I wanted to read this comment by Belinda Paul. Facts, facts, facts. And that past has never been in the past because Muzz and Yaya keep dying it ever happened, denying it ever happened. Muzz talks about her trauma from trying to get real banged up. LOL. What the fuck? Yeah. Welcome to the live. Just chat. Um, and I tagged her in the community post too. Invited her. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, how do you call yourself an adult? At the end of the day, how do you call yourself a person of integrity? At the end of the day, how do you call yourself a great parent if you can't even mediate the situations that you're in yourself? How can you teach your offspring how to mediate if you can't even do it yourself? Welcome to the live, that Amber chick. Welcome to the live. Thank you for coming. I in no way, shape, or form will ever diss Julie for fucking JJ a selfie queen. Never. Julie is my little sister. That's a fact. I will always ride for Julie. That's a fact. And it really bothered me when people tried to spin what I was saying as if I was going against Julie. Where's that just saying lady? Can you go get her?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you know her?
I mean, I could send her a message in Discord.
Yeah, send her a message. Tell her come on over here and click the link.
Okay.
People are saying we support someone that has done the same. This has done the same bad
I'll be
things as
back.
I've paid to differ. Fight me. Oh, is abuser. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Click the link. Just saying. Click the link. Um, guys, if you're enjoying the video, the live stream, please hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, remember to when the live is over, um, when the live is over, please come back and leave a comment. Hold on 2 seconds. I have somebody at the door. I need to grab something really quickly. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. Chat amongst yourselves. That's not. That's not. I'm going to mute real quick. Sorry about that, guys. That was something from something from the link is at the top of the what's your name? This is an open panel for anyone that has a problem with me or anything of that nature. Come talk. I see Sly in the building. Welcome, Sly. Um, welcome to the live Danielle Speaks. Shout out to Danielle Speaks, somebody that's been there through thick and thin, has always had my back. And I appreciate you. Hey, Danielle, Cheryl's in the building tonight, Danielle. Cheryl's in the building, Danielle. But as I was saying, as I wait for my dinner to come, if you're liking the video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. We'll greatly appreciate that. I would greatly appreciate that. Sly, you're welcome to click the link as well if you want to. You're welcome to click the link as well if you want to. I am going to post it. I just want to conversate with people that you know are my friends, that may have people outside of my friends, or people that I have respect for, people that have problems with me. I've tagged anyone that I could think of outside of two individuals, Rose Slab and his nut-ass wife. There is no resolution there. There will never be a resolution there. And that's just what that is. That's what that is going to be. Always. Hold on really quickly. I have to grab what's at the door. Front here.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
You have a great day.
You too.
Was you able to check to see if they put the
Yeah, she told me that she was a little short of me because I asked, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, she said it's all in there. So I hope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here I come, guys. Oh man. Yep, dinner's here. So I don't know. Just saying, did you get the link? Just saying, did you get the link? Sly, the link is there. And guys, after today, with me putting out this out of range like this, to come to a mutual agreement with people, baked chicken, brown rice, mixed vegetables. I'm putting this out to say, hey, I've given the olive range. I'm doing this not for nothing else but my own peace of mind, my own tranquility, or if I said that word right, my own way of letting go all of this frivolous beef because I know real beef. I've seen real beef. And I've seen what happens when there's dealings with real beef. I got cousins that are doing life, won't never see the streets. Got a nephew right now doing 48 to 96 years in prison. I come from an environment that most would only dream. They wouldn't be able to last 2 days where I come from. They wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't. Pretend Fastanisha, I would never backtrack on anything I said. I stand by everything I say. I mean everything I say. And that's that. You can also come speak to me. I'm a very approachable person. Very. So if you're watching this for the after, if you may be watching this after the fact, just know that you can always reach out to me for a private conversation if that's the best way you want to do it. Dina. Dina Jacobs. I've always been respectful to you. Never disrespected you. Ever. Was always willing to have a conversation with you. Always. And not one to be negative, not one to be vile, just a respectful conversation because I don't know the Dina of today. I know the Dina that I know where I used to go on her lives and things she used to say used to be uplifting and I used to enjoy going there. Never had a problem. But you saying to me what I said that I don't deserve to be platformed because of what I said. What is the difference between what I said and what you said? I never faulted you for what you said because I know that's how you felt. And me coming from the environment that I come from, I understand that feeling. I do. You two are welcome to come here and speak to me. I never asked you for an apology. All I asked was for a conversation. Some of the indigenous communities here, Rio, don't be carrying yams of beef because. Okay. All right. You lost me with that one, Belinda, but you got me with that one. I understand. And I think this be a telltale sign of the maturity that we're dealing with. When we have grown adults that can't even sit down and have a conversation. We have grown adults. They don't want the beef to stop. They don't. Because if they wanted it to stop, they would have constructive conversations. No, I don't know if they're here. Dinar, pretend fashionista, but somebody can go get them. That'd be great. Somebody can go get them. That'd be great. Just saying, only thing you have to do is click the StreamYard link. I am going to drop it again, which is already pinned to the top. Try this one. Try this one. There's nothing like baked chicken from Boston Market. I love their baked chicken. I don't know. Can somebody help? Can somebody help just saying get onto the panel? Can somebody help just saying get onto the panel, please? I don't know why this is so. Is PJ still here? PJ, do you think you could please help just saying get on the panel, please? Thank you, PJ. Please, if you Seaspiracy Live doesn't start until the next half an hour. Excuse me. It asked me. Well, just come in and then write your name. Just chat. I don't know what's going on. Hello?
Hi. Okay. So can you guys see me?
Well, you never show your face anyway.
No. Can you see me? Like, can you see my name coming up? Like, just saying coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Sorry about that. What's going on?
Okay. Um. Um. So I was going back and I was looking through the comments on Julie's post.
Yeah. If you were preoccupied, yeah, I left a comment, but you were preoccupied on your panel.
It says something along the fact that I was trying to make Julie be the the. You wrote the comment, so if you can kind of elaborate, because I
I
want to
wrote,
respond
from
to
what
it.
I
You know?
remember, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember word by word, but I wrote something to the effect that I feel, and I understand it because Julie's someone who's quicker to give grace. I feel like it's always on Julie to give so and so a chance and this person a chance and listen to this person, like hear this person out. But they're never willing to do the same for her.
I
And
get that, but what would that have to do with me, though? I didn't tell her she needed to do that.
well, I think in general the conversation was if two people, meaning, and I'm going to use Julie as and JJ as an example because I think that's what you were referring to the two of them for the most part on your live earlier, was if the two of them could come to some resolution. There's She shouldn't have to come to a resolution with someone like JJ that has said the most vile things to her.
Um,
I
I'm
that's
not. I'm
that
not saying.
I mean, obviously that would be 100% her choice. But it's not like, okay, she did this to JJ and JJ did this to her and then she did this to JJ and then JJ did, in there, and the way she spoke to Julie's mother, if anybody spoke to my mother that way ever, I don't care how many times they apologize. Not that JJ would ever apologize, but I don't. I'm speaking from if this happened to me. I don't care how many times somebody apologized or made excuses for what they did. There is no grace I have ever have to give them, nor would I ever expect anybody, friend, acquaintance, family member, whatever, coworker, what neighbor, to ever say to me. I think I would be, and I'm speaking about me, I'm not speaking about you, so don't take this the wrong way. I would be offended if they asked me to maybe possibly come to a resolution with that person. And I would maybe even understand it a little bit more if it was an isolated incident with JJ, but it's not. It's what, a year, 2 years. I mean, this has been going on a lot longer than I've been around, of her and others, but I'm specifically talking about her because I'm just using her as an example, saying those kind of things to her.
Let me respond because
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
got a quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a So my video
Hmm.
was an honest opinion from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Me giving an honest opinion from a different perspective is just that, opening it up to a different perspective. You may not like that perspective. It may not be the popular choice perspective, but it is a perspective.
Right.
I would never tell Julie to give anybody grace that says anything about her mom.
Right.
What I said, and I know what I said,
Hmm.
if JJ wouldn't have came in the way she came in, there could have been a reasonable conversation there. I think if there was a mentor there, and the way you feel is the way you feel. But again, that's what makes us different, is that we all have different perspectives. That doesn't
Absolutely.
make me a bad guy. That doesn't make me not on Julie's side. None of that.
Nobody
None.
said you're a bad. Real. Nobody said you're a
Let
bad
me finish.
guy.
Let me finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that other stuff is bullshit because I have Julie's back, and all I did was give a different perspective of what if Biggie Smalls and Tupac didn't pass away the way they did.
We'd have
Where
way
would they
better
be at in
music.
music?
Yeah, we'd have way better music than the
Okay,
shit that's out there right now.
so what I'm saying is, what if there was a mediator, somebody of high regard that both of them looked up to that mediated the conversation, how would the conversation go? How am I wrong for asking that?
Nobody. Okay, you're not okay. So let me just.
But when you say,
Real, I wasn't real. I don't
finish.
disagree with your
Wait,
perspective as a whole.
Let me finish. Let me
Yeah.
finish. When you say that I'm always trying to make Julie give grace to other people, that's not me. That's not what I was doing, because the video was not about Julie needed to do this, that, and that. Julie ain't got to do a motherfucking thing. Julie did what she was supposed to do.
Then maybe
So when I wake up in the morning and get a message from her being mad at me, and then I'm just sitting there and everybody's saying I'm backtracking, what am I backtracking from?
Okay, first of all, if you got a message from Julie this morning about anything, it has nothing to do with me.
I'm talking about your comment in the chat.
And
Me
I'm
her
addressing
conversation has nothing to do with you.
Real, I'm addressing my comment, and I'm addressing my comment. So if we're going back to the perspective, you offering a different perspective, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with different perspectives. I was speaking, or at least my comment was in reference to these individuals, but more so JJ, because that's who we were talking about. She doesn't need to give grace to these people. I don't care if there's a mediator there. I don't care who the fuck is there. If there's a mediator there, I feel, in my opinion, that Julie should say to them, thank you for coming. Your services are not needed today, because I have nothing to say to this broad. I feel. And I understand, but at the same time, I understand what you're trying to do. And I get it.
Where you from?
Sorry?
Where you from?
What do you mean, where am I from? I'm from Toronto.
Toronto, okay.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. Everybody knows that. Hi.
How I didn't know that. Let me ask you some questions.
Sure.
Real life questions though.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been sitting on a step and across from you is a church step, and 2 minutes roll past and then a car roll past and a hell of bullets come out?
No.
Wake up. Wait, let me finish, because there's some perspective in this that I think a lot of you women don't understand that I come from. I don't think y'all understand where I come from. So I want to give you a little understanding of where I come from.
Okay.
When you get a chance, I want you to Google South Philadelphia, 5th and Washington projects. I lived in South Philly.
Hang on a second. Because I'm going to forget that afterwards. South Philly.
But I'll make sure I remind you again, because I know we ain't got that much time before conspiracy going. I don't want to run off.
Yeah.
Home of the mob. Home of Nikki Scarfo. The home of Angela Bruno. The home of Chicken Manchester. These are very, very prevalent, violent people. I've seen people get their wig pushed back. I've seen homies stabbed. This is on the street. I've lived in buildings where you get on the elevator, it smells like piss because everybody peed on the elevator. I've sat on a step, and across from me was a church where a bunch of guys were sitting on the church step. Drive by, they lit this dude up 30 times. Gone.
Wow.
So when I look at beef, I look at it differently.
Yeah, I understand that.
Than somebody that might come from a middle class area. When I went back home and I was getting ready to go back to my old neighborhood, you know what they told me?
What?
Left, you shouldn't come back here. They warring right now. Young boys are shooting up everything. I still went there because I'm from the hood, and that's where I'm from.
Right.
But now I go back with certain precautions. I'm not there at night. I'm different things. So you have to understand the perspective of where I'm coming from when we're talking about beef and we're talking about silly conversations and things of that
Yeah,
nature.
I get it. So what I'm getting from this, and correct me if I'm wrong, and to go back to your first question, I could never understand where you came from. I can't. To be honest, I didn't live like nowhere close remote to that. So I can't I can't even imagine that. I didn't grow up like that. My children aren't growing up in that situation. I can't even I can't wrap my head around something like that. Something that I know occurs, but I have no adjacency to it ever in my life. So that's my answer to the first part. From what I'm getting from what you're saying is that you have being exposed to stuff that really like beefs that are like real beefs and big shit and things that matter, and in like in retrospect when you look at shit like this is just petty shit. And if you can come back from stuff like that, why can't two people come back from something so trivial as this? Now I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting from what you said.
Those women never met each other a day in life.
Right.
You know, how serious can it seriously be? Now the disrespect was out of hand yesterday.
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
JJ's side, and I understand, but in no way, shape, or form am I telling Julie to back down. In no way, shape, or form am I telling that she needs to give grace to anybody that talks to her mother like that.
Right.
But there is a perspective of where if, and that's the other side that I feel like this community and a lot of other communities don't want to step back to look at. And I think it's all because it's not real life. And when they walk out
That's
the door,
exactly it. That's exactly it. Because when people walk out the door and they go to work or they go to school or they're dealing with their kids or they're dealing with their with their spouse or whatever it is, nobody gives this a second thought. But also, I think that's why it's easier for people to say, I don't have to invest much into this. I don't have to maybe concede to this or have to deal with this broad or this guy or them or this group or whatever, because you know what, at the end of the day they have no bearing on my life whatsoever. Like, and you know what I'm going to say, I came into PJ's stream. You leave it was PJ's stream that you were on. Like, it wasn't your stream today, was it? Or was
PJ's stream I was on earlier?
PJ's stream, yeah, that's right.
And then the fashionista lady kept saying I was backtracking. How was I backtracking?
I can't speak for anybody. I cannot speak for anybody, and nor I don't know that situation, and nor would I even speak for anybody, even if I knew the situation. I am just saying that I came into PJ's stream partway through. You can even go back and see when I came in. I said, "Hey, everybody," So I may not have. It's not. I may not have. I know I didn't listen to probably the first half of the stream. Just from what I was hearing, that's what I was. That's what I was getting, and I put it in chat. I wasn't hiding. I wasn't saying it behind your back because I don't feel like I was saying anything that couldn't be addressed right there. I was saying it right there in chat. I know you probably couldn't address it right there and then because there was 4 or 5 people on panel and stuff like that. It was a comment that could have easily been addressed right there. I understand why it wasn't, but it wasn't something like I'm running around behind your back saying shit. Because I like you real, you know that. You know that.
I didn't see it until after I went back and rewatched the video.
Right.
That's when I seen some of the comments, and I'm like, wait a minute. I never would turn my back on Julie.
I never thought you would turn your back. That's sort of not what I'm said at all. I feel because Julie is who she is. I think Kim touched on it, because I was in PJ's live when she was talking about Julie is the type of person that she might say something, but she might regret it afterwards. And as soon as she feels that an ounce of regret, she will apologize. I think she apologizes too much sometimes. And Julie knows that, and her and I have talked about it. I just feel like it's, and I don't mean you, I just mean in general, it's always on people like Julie. But what about is anybody going to extend the same respect to her? Like, why isn't it ever on? And I'm not saying you're expecting this of Julie. I'm just saying in general, why doesn't anybody expect the other person to maybe be the bigger person and come on her panel to just have a conversation instead of coming on her panel to be a dick, like JJ was doing, like Road Dogg was doing when we were all up on there.
I mean, we can't expect much from these people as it is.
And that goes to my point I feel like it's a lot of the expectation is always on Julie or people like Julie that are more understanding. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but who's putting that expectation on them? Not those people.
I'm saying in general, I think people like Julie, I think that kind of expectation is going to be instilled on her by a lot of people in her life moving forward because of the way she is. I mean, I know in my life, people in my life, friends in my life, family members in my life, co-workers in my life know. Okay, for instance, I have 2 sisters, right? I have an older sister. I have a younger sister. The 3 of us are completely different. We love each other. We get along well, but the 3 of us our characters are completely different. So my parents had to deal with me differently than how they dealt with my other sister or my older sister or my younger sister. They know what they were able to not get away okay, never mind my parents. Like my younger sister knows if there's a certain situation, which sister she can go to about it because she knows that we would handle the situation differently. Right. It's the same thing with Julie. Julie is just this person that people in her life, I feel, will go to her because they know that she's the one that she'll concede. She'll say, yeah, that's the right thing to do. While everybody else around her is like, I don't give a shit. I'm not doing the right thing. And that's a general statement. I'm not saying you. I know you feel that the comment was directed at you, and it was directed at you because I even said, from what I remember, I said, real, I feel like you.
Yeah, it was directed towards me. It wasn't directed towards nobody else.
But as far as Julie's character, I feel, whether it's you, me, or anybody, I just feel like a lot of expectation is put on people like Julie, not just Julie, but on Julie. It's like, why doesn't JJ or Dina, why aren't people going to them and saying, hey, why don't you just maybe handle this a little bit differently?
Let's say that again.
Like, nobody's going to them and asking them to handle things differently.
But how do we know who's saying what to who?
Oh, please.
We don't know. Wait. Let's be real. We don't know who's saying what to what. We don't know who's saying what to
We know real. We know real. The people that support them, aren't saying, hey, I really hope that or wish that you could deal with, work things out with Julie. No, they're not.
The reality of it is we don't, not that per se. We don't know what is being said to them at all, just like they don't know what's being said to Julie at all. It's all hypothetical at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess, yes. I mean, I can't say for certain, but I also...
We can't, and that's why I'm just saying, if we step back out of the wanting to fight drama and just look at it from bona fide adults, like some of these situations should be handled as bona fide adults and not just frivolous beef.
Right, but sometimes
frivolous beef because nobody's getting, like, There's some situations where if people run into each other on the street, there are going to be serious consequences
Right.
for some people. That's
But-
facts.
But also not accepting somebody's apology or not dealing with, or just not wanting to even have a resolution with them doesn't necessarily mean that they're not being an adult. I learned a long time ago that sometimes you have to learn to accept the apology you never received and move on.
I get that, but if a person doesn't want to talk, I think they should be adult enough to say, "Hey, I don't want to." Just like I did with Brandon earlier.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm tired of what you're saying. I see what you're doing. You are a person that I can touch in real life.
Right.
So let's not go there. Let's not. I don't want to go anywhere I don't need to go to jeopardize my freedom, because that's the first thing y'all doing. Not y'all, but that's the first thing that they're doing. Is calling the police on me, trying to get me arrested. They're actually trying to get me arrested now because of what I said on Julie's channel.
Yeah. No, I know.
Well,
I 100% agree what you said I mean, the way you handled Brandon is like, I want nothing to do with you. And I know he's been going back and forth. He's been doing that for the last year. Also, I heard at the beginning, I mean, I've been here from maybe 5 minutes into your life. I heard that you reached out to Muzz and people like, and Yaya and people like that. Or I don't know if you said Yaya. I know
Yaya can die with a dick in her mouth.
Oh, okay, so I know. Okay,
she's on the same boat with Roadhog.
I agree, but I remember you saying,
"Oh, this raggedy motherfucker." Thank you. 2 seconds, just
yeah,
saying.
No problem.
What is it, Destiny French? You goofy bitch.
Oh, Daisy, is that Daisy?
Daisy.
Oh,
fuck you and your mother, Daisy. Fuck you and your mother.
Oh, she's a piece of work. That
you raggedy piece of shit.
Yeah, she's a piece of work. That one.
You said you hope I never walk again. I hope I never meet you in person, bitch.
She is the biggest. She's the one.
Get lost. You know, matter of fact, click the link, raggedy hoe. Somebody drop the link for that old-fashioned nasty bitch.
She'll never come on. Don't even bother. She'll never come on. Don't bother. She is the one Roadhog supporter that has never deviated from them. Like, all their supporters have kind of left them at some point. Now, whether that means they were in the bushes or not, or still supporting them, but didn't want to publicly support them. She is the one constant. Like, she was like, "Oh, you faked a baby? That's great. You know, congratulations." You know, she's one of those kind of people. Like she's a piece of work. Anyways, just going back quickly,
Daisy, did your mother drop you in your fucking head when you was a baby? Huh? You said a lot bad about me, and I seen it. I see it in the chats. I see it. You ain't gonna lie to me, you fucking. Danielle, can you please do me a favor and kick that bitch out on her forehead? Please. Please, because I am liable to say something very, very bad. I don't like this lady.
Yeah. She deserves it, but just don't do it. This is what they want to do. They want to reduce you down to that. Don't give them what you want. I know you have every right to, and they deserve it. Just don't do it, because that's why they come in here, to antagonize you all the time. But anyways, just quickly to go back to the Muzz, like I remember hearing you at the beginning of, or at some point during the beginning of this live, you said that you had reached out to Muzz and Cooch to come up. I sent
a community tab thing, you know, because I heard that Cooch was, you know, one of the people that's supposed to be doing a deep dive to give to Yaya, to give to Roadhog. And I was Cooch nothing but the best of luck. Do I have Cooch address? Yeah. I was supposed to go visit Cooch at one time. So, Cooch, don't do nothing to put my life in danger, because you know where I'm from.
So going back to I agree. Let them do what they're going to do. But going back to the Muzz thing it equates to what I was saying about Julie. Like, to me, I understand you reached out to her, but I personally, I would never, ever, if I were you, and this is just my perspective, I would never, ever want to even speak one word to somebody that tried to actively have me arrested.
Yeah, it's not a matter of speaking. It's a matter of coming to a common ground. You go your way, I go my way. This is the end of this beef. It's my the last couple of weeks, my health been in danger.
I know.
So pardon me if I look at things differently. And pardon me if I come from an environment where I know 80% of the people that is in this chat will not be able to handle a week where I come from. They won't.
I don't disagree.
Y'all look at crime scene photos and get all sick. It doesn't bother me no more.
Well,
It doesn't bother me no more because of what I've seen in my life. So you take that and you look at that and you couple that with frivolous beef. It gives you a different perspective.
Of course, I understand that. I understand that.
You know?
I understand that. And you know what? I agree. You're absolutely right. Now, your perspective, you've now allowed me to come into your perspective. And
But then again, once you try to put people in a position or in a place where you see, y'all don't know what'll happen to me if I go to jail here in Arizona, or if I go to jail in Philadelphia. People don't know.
I have a pretty good idea. I have a pretty good idea.
You feel what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never even want to have a conversation with somebody that would ever put you in that kind of predicament. I know exactly what could possibly happen. I'm not an idiot.
I know you know exactly.
Yeah.
But we're also dealing with people that don't come from my world. They don't come from it. So how can you understand what you don't know? It's the same thing as eating caviar and what is that? I used to eat it all the time too. It's calamari.
Oh, calamari.
Yeah, calamari, caviar, and calamari. It's like it's you won't find caviar in the hood. You won't find calamari in the hood, but you'll find 4 wings and fried rice.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that either.
And what I'm saying, but it would be an acquired taste to anybody, and the unknown and not known.
I don't think. I don't think that somebody has to come from your part of the world. Like Muzz is in my part of the world. Everybody knows she's Canadian. Muzz is from my part of the world. I don't think, and she's also a fellow white woman. I don't think anybody.
She's a fat white woman too. Let me tell you that. She's at least about 600 pounds. Have you seen her fingers? I say that respectfully. Oh my goodness, that chick got some big fingers. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay. I don't think that I understand what you're saying.
I'm so pissed off. I'm about to order ice cream, and I ain't even supposed to be having fucking ice cream.
Oh, okay. Just have it in moderation. That's it. Just have it in moderation. I just don't think that somebody has to come from your part of the world to understand what they did. What would be the consequences of them doing that? Muzz knows exactly what would have happened to you, or the high probability of that happening to you. She doesn't have to be from your part of the world to understand that. She's very well aware. The Hogs are aware. Yaya was aware. They didn't care. That's the problem.
Well, Yaya's on all types of medication, not to make that an excuse for her, because she gets no excuse of what she did. She literally was calling the NAACP to help me when I told her Dick Gregory ain't coming nowhere without $250,000. This is a fact. He's not marching for nobody unless you got that check. Once I told her that, then she went with Roadhog. Welcome to the live, Angel.
I personally, in my opinion, and I've said this before, and AZ's stream is starting.
And Angel, please, with all due respect, please don't. With all due respect, please don't come in here and do that, because I don't go on other people's lives and talk about when my live is about to start. So please, Angel, please don't do that no more. Please, Angel, please don't do that. If you could erase that comment, I don't like that, Angel. You know, you feel what I'm saying? Just saying, we know
Yeah.
that conspiracies live. We don't need people to come in and tell us. We'll be over there in a minute. Did I say that respectfully? Was that disrespectful?
Absolutely. What was I forgot what I was going to say now. But anyways, I remember, and I know I've said this before. I could be wrong, but I remember about prior to that whole thing with them getting in the DMs with the hogs and all that shit went down. There a couple of weeks prior to, and I can't say for sure it was a couple of weeks, but I know it wasn't long before that you had confronted Muzz. So this is before all the Roadhog shit came down in the threat or the alleged threat and all that shit went down, and they went, and Yaya and Muzz went into the DMs. You went on a Little Red's panel. Muzz was already on panel, and you guys got into it for something. I cannot remember. Maybe
That's
one
because
day
she was saying something about my dog, something about my cats.
I can't remember. I was watching
Talk about how I was treating my cats, and I said, "Don't you ever talk about how I was treating my cats."
It might have been. I'd have to go back and look. I just couldn't remember, but I remember watching it, and I'm like, "Ooh," you know. And I got to know Muzz afterwards, not well, but I got to know her well enough to know that at least this is my opinion. I could be wrong. I feel like that's one of the things that Muzz does not like, to be made to look stupid or foolish publicly. And I feel
I
it's
think
possible
that was on her. That was on her.
But she'll never see it that way. It doesn't matter. She'll never see it that way. Of course it was on her, but she won't see it that way. She'll see it as, he made me look like an ass in front of everybody. In my opinion, and I could be wrong, and I have said this before, in my opinion, I think that had a lot to do with fueling her to do what she did when it came to the hogs. Because her reasoning for doing it, and Muzz, if you're listening, I apologize if I'm wrong, but her reasoning for or at least the reason that she gave for doing what she did made absolutely zero sense. She said, I knew the threat was bullshit. So therefore, if I encouraged them to file a police report, I knew the police report would exonerate Real. That makes zero sense. It would be a little bit more believable if, okay, she actually believed that, and then came to AZ, came to Kim, came to Stacy, came to Julie at the time and said, guys, holy shit, this is what's going on. I'm in there as a mole. I'll keep you posted, but holy shit. Then that would be a little bit more believable. And then also the fact that she has said to me multiple times, because I have asked her multiple times, and I know others have also asked her multiple times, saying, what exactly was the threat? Like, I wanted to know out of curiosity. She says, I don't know. She goes, I never saw it, which I don't really find believable. Because what, like, your friend came to you to have somebody arrested, and you never once asked, well, what was said? I don't believe that. And if that is true, that she never even asked or didn't even care to see it and never seen it, then that makes it worse. So she actively tried to put you in jail, or possibly you go to jail on something she never even saw any proof of. And Muzz is the first one that is always on her stream saying, proof or it didn't happen. Show the receipts or it didn't happen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And she's also now working with Cooch, who was a very, very close friend. And that relationship fell to shreds because of you know what. Right. But guys, I know you guys want to get over to
Yes. Anyways, Real, thank you for letting me come up here and explain that. But you also know you and I are friends, and you know that I would never say anything that I would not say to you. Like, I put that.
I just don't want Julie out there thinking that I'm out here trying to. And also, Muzz is the one that dropped the PORN on Christ Complex channel to get it shut down.
Who was it? Or you're not
Muzz,
going to tell us?
Muzz dropped the corn on.
Oh, Muzz was. Sorry, I thought you said Muzz wasn't. Yes, I knew that.
Muzz
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. We'll have another conversation. You know what? I'll come up another time because I have something to say about that too. One night we'll have another conversation about that.
And guys, whenever you get a chance, make sure y'all come back when this video is over. Leave a comment. Thank you for everyone for coming.
Thanks, Real.
You're welcome. And all go check out T-Spiracies Live right now.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Well, welcome to the live, Fake Christian Witch. Welcome to the live. I'm sorry that we're ending so fast, but T-Spiracies Live, I don't want to go into her time.